Hello. Uh, till these days, or till up to the aesthetics class, we were discussing about only the front end development. What is front end development? Only where the user can see it. Okay. But we are not discussed about the back end programs like login activity and all those things, like which requires some database or some backend services to handle. Okay, we were just looking in only the front end services, but for backend services, we require some storage, database storage or API calls, and some internet connections to the our application, and all those things. But how to make it possible by only working on the Android development is by using this backendless services. Okay, and this is one of the website which will be using to get the API management and all those things. Okay, but there are several methods, several other websites like Oracle, build.io and all those things, but this is somewhat user friendly. Okay, uh, in this backendless means we will be focusing on backend by the help of website itself. Like it will do for us everything. We don't want to code here. We don't want to set up things like we did in the Android Studio, like typing something, adding some layouts, and all those things we don't require. What we want to do, we want to just implement this backendless SDK inside our application pro code. Okay, how to do it? I will be showing in this introduction to backendless videos. Okay, and in this video we will be covering up the introduction to Google Maps using this backendless. Okay, and this will be the last video of this entire course. Okay, entire beginner course. um, this is somewhat introduction to the backendless and Google Maps using backendless. Okay, it's not an in-depth, it's just a basic introduction. Okay, and by this I want to say that we will be ending this course by uh, making this last video. Okay, come on, let's see what is backendless. Okay, as I told before, backendless is a website. This is just a website. Okay, you want to go into this Google Chrome and just type backendless. Let me show you. When you type backendless, just hit enter and you will see the first link. Okay, and this is the backendless.com. Just go into this backendless.com and you will be able to see the website. Okay, UI. And here it is like nothing but it is will be the visual app development platform that makes app initiative, build and easy to manage. Okay, you can also code here without any codes required. Okay, like you don't want to type anything here. By using this backendless, you can also build an applications. But major cases, this backendless is used to maintain the API keys, data tables and all those things. Okay, see here it is there are some of the things that are some of the products that are provided by the backendless. One is user management, and which is used to authentication, like login applications and sign up process. All these things are used comes under this user management. Okay, real time based database. Another product is real-time database, where changes to your data delivered to your app in real time, like it means the data inside the cloud. Okay, we don't require any of the file storage inside the phone. It automatically we can save it in online. Okay, and then these are the API service which we want to implement inside our applications. How to do it I will show you, but we will be focusing on this just a basic. Okay, and then UI builder, codeless visual front end builder means which we will be building the UI in the Android Studio by using XML and Java, right? But in this case, in this backendless, they are providing a product like UI builder. We can directly build the visual what we are doing, what we are showing on the screen using the XML file. We can just build it without requiring any code. Okay, like we don't want to remember any of the codes that is related to the XML or anything else. See, it is stating that codeless visual front end builder with components. Okay, it's just like a WordPress website. If you know WordPress, then it's fully similar to the same to the backend is, okay, for the app development. And this is the push notifications, like send the customizable and targeted push notifications for the users. Okay, and then this is a backend plus pro, like it shows, or it will be having our own servers, okay, with no functional, like we are just buying one server with the name of our application, okay, which will be not having any functional limits. What are functional limits? Let's see. If you want to know what is backend class, then just go to this video, you can watch here. Then he explained it well better what is backend class, because it's a company channel. They will be saying all the related stuffs to the backend class, okay. Then this is what Coreless App Builder, serverless backend and API service solutions for your mobile and web app needs. Like we can use web apps also, like websites, to build websites and to handle the data storing inside it, or API, all the related queries and all those things we can use. And we can also build the applications without any code. See, codeless app builder means we don't require any of the code to build the applications. And serverless backend, okay, we can just implement it in C. All the APIs are storing inside the clouds using this backendless website. Okay, we don't require any other server. We will be just using this backendless server itself to store our data, or to store our user credentials, users who are the customers for the applications. They can store the data inside this backendless. We are going to store it in a backendless. Okay, and then API management. This is what API management looks. But user management, let's see user management. What is user management? It is nothing but a login page. Simple, in simple words, if you want to say, I want to store some data regarding users, like there are several users of like 20 to 30 members, or 300, 400 members using your applications, and all are having their own username and passwords. To use that, like I want to provide them a screen, and I want to search for that user using the password and username. That should be matched. I can't build it in the application without the help of this user management. Okay. So what I will do, I will just link it with the backend. It just when the user signups or creates, when user first times creates its credentials, then it will be going inside the data tables or app tables, and it will be showing storing inside that backendless our client side, client side application. Okay, this will be client side application. Like backend is nothing but we want to work on it. Front end means where users uses it. Okay, and all the credentials are stored inside the this backendless tables. Okay, when user clicks on sign up, but when the user clicks on login, what happens is it searches for the credentials which are present already in the app tables. If there are no username and passwords, what it do, it just cancels the, so it shows the message that there is no username related to this pass, sorry, no account related to this username, and like that all those things it will be providing us. When we click sign up, it will just add the things about the user inside the app tables, so that when user comes back and clicks on login with his username and passwords, then what happens, it searches for the username and passwords, and if the both matches, then only it will give the access to the login. Okay, like this we can work on with the user management. This is nothing but user management. We can also use sign up with Google, sign in with Google, Facebook, and Twitter, and all those things. What are all? There are several social media platforms like this Twitter, Facebook, Google. For example, Pinterest, all those things like Instagram. If you want to use Instagram to log in, then you can just place the thing instead of Facebook. Just place it as a Instagram. Okay, this is how user management works, and this is somewhat real time messaging. Like from application to application. In simple words, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is real-time messaging, right? Here, if you are sending me the message, and at the same time, I can send you back. Okay, there is nothing but, see, anything less than real-time data and messaging you means your users and therefore your app are falling behind. Your users interact with your app in real time, so that the app should interact with them in real time as well. Learn how to backend list. Okay, it's nothing but we are just making your real time messaging. Like I want to receive message at the same time when he sends. So for that, we will be using real-time apps, okay? And legacy data to mobile set, like it is nothing but database. We are storing some data inside the database, okay? And then location sharing using the Google Maps and all those things. We come under this backend. Using by using this backend, we can share our location online. We can share anything related to the Google Maps by using this backend, which will be stored inside the online or the cloud. And then document management, like we can store our files related to the application inside this backend list, like documents, web storage, files, databases, and all those things, okay? Like this backend list works, okay? And let's go and let's see what is this and all those things. See, user service. If you want to use user login or user registration, just you want to install or you want to use this code, okay? There are several codes like .NET, Java, Kotlin, Objective-C, Swift, JS, and all those things. But if you want to use for a Java, we are using Java right inside the application. So what we will do, we want to just paste this. You don't require anything from the backend list. You won't require, like, you want to remember this backend list user uh, code, line of code, and all those things. You don't require. Okay, you just want to place that, or you want to use this direct lines inside your application. How to use this all the things I will be showing you when we go into the Android Studio application. Before that, let's see how to work with it. See, this is user API. As I told before, it will be used for login credentials and registration. Okay, when the new user clicks on setup, sign up, then it just creates a new email and password. See, it's setting new email and password. But when the user logins, then the username and password is getting back. Okay, and stay logged in. Okay, it's just getting back the user password and username. Then database, we will be only looking at the user API. These are not required, but geolocation API is nothing but we are asking for the location. Okay, like sharing the location. Let me come back to this all back later. But this push notification is nothing but we are sending some notifications for the user or the um who are using the application. We are just putting some notifications, like you have an notifications like user score notification, this is notification title, and all those things will be displayed in the notification bar. And your place or both, okay? Like we can use our own both, or we can use whole things like backendless itself, okay? Yeah, these are some plans. This is this is backendless cloud, which will be like my place. How to work? This backendless pro is nothing but fully server, our own server. Okay, and this managed means there will be both backendless cloud and backendless pro. Okay, and this is somewhat plugins. Okay, this is how. But when we go into the next, we just see how pricing works here. It will be having some pricing plans for the every applications, okay? And see, but for individuals and small businesses, we can just use their own backendless cloud. But if you are having a medium or large scale enterprises like uh, Flipkart, big companies, and all those things, you want to take the one server. It's like you can easily access it from anywhere and anywhere, okay? But for individuals and small businesses, we will going to this to see this backendless cloud, okay, where we will be getting an option to start it for free. Let's go and check what are the things inside this cloud pricings. This is somewhat uh, backendless pricing, where you will get API calls per month will be unlimited for free. But for Cloud9, there are 1 crore of API calls and a month per month, and then this is for 4 crores. Okay, I think I'm saying right. then yeah, API calls per month, and then there will be 200 database tables, 100 database tables. This is what the difference you can compare here. Now, if you want to say detailed comparison, just click on this detailed comparison. It will just take you at the bottom of the page and see. In this 0 per month, 25 per month, and 99 per month. To unlock this springboard, there are two methods. How to unlock the springboard plan? Just click on this. You can just it will just redirect you to the another page and go and read there, and you can unlock this free plan. But before unlocking this free plan, you will be access for 30 months free trial of this Cloud 99. Okay. Till then, you can just complete the things or complete the plans or whatever. Like there are some starter pack, either codeless with code, or you can switch between the packs anytime. Like how can this maybe there are some challenges to solve. Okay, with some that if you pass on that, then you can easily access this free plan. Okay, you can unlock this free plan. But let's see what are the difference. There are API calls unlimited in this free plan, but here 1 crore, here 4 crores, and all those things. Like okay, security. When we go to security, there will be no free SSL certificate for the free plan, and there will be for other two there will be SSL certificates. And when we come to the data tables, for free plan there is 200 data tables, and for 100 and 200 for other things. 100 for this cloud 9, and for cloud 99 there is 200. Okay, and if I go to file storage, if I want to store some files related to the project, I can store it. But there is some limit for free plan. There is limit of 1 GB. For cloud 9 plan there is 10 GB limit, and for cloud 99 there is 20 GB limit. And notifications is like unlimited for free plan, but it is having some for cloud 9 there is some limit, but cloud 99 is similar to the notifications. Okay, there will be email templates also unlimited, and business logic, this is not required for us. If you are starting up a huge company, then you may want to look after this. But when what happens is, if you got this 200 tables in a free plan, but you don't like you are not satisfied with the 200 tables, you want more, then what you can do is you just go back to this increasing limits, and just and one more thing I want to say. See here, in the free plan you can't increase your limits. Okay, let me show you. See, fixed limits. Okay, this is for springboard free plan, it is fixed limits. For others you can just increase the limits, like data tables or the storage you can install by in you can increase it by 10 GB at the rate of $5 per month. Okay, like this you have to pay. But for our need, what our need is that activate the springboard. But now what I will do, I will just go and sign up. It will just what will do, it will be in the trial mode. Okay, then how to sign up for this? And one more thing, if I want to code, I don't know how to code in this Java and Android. So how to do it? Just go to this developers, and there are some documentations and some video tutorials. See, there is some video tutorials and release history. Release history is the main part where we will be using it in dependencies to add the versions. To know the versions, we need this release history. If you want to know or if you want to learn more about the backend, just follow this video tutorials. Okay, when you click on this link, it will just redirect you to the YouTube where it is free playlist. Okay, you can just use this playlist to learn more about the backend less. Okay, you can use geographic restrictions in backend less. All the things are here, like push notifications and all those things, like user registration. If you want to learn user registration and logging, then just follow this backendless tutorials. It's great to learn about the backendless. Okay, just follow the things there. And then these are some cloud space, and in the developers, if I want to know how to install those dependencies, just go to the languages, and we are developing Java Android, right? Just click on it. It will redirect you to the backendless for developers. Here there are some documentation for API documentation, resource, and how to build a basic Android app. and the real-time database integration stay guide and all those things are here. Like you can see also here recipes for how can you build the applications and all those things, like security, UI builder, file storage, all those things are covered up here. If you want to learn more here from this, you can just click on this. It will just give you some other links and you can just use it. Okay, and let me show you the other things. So if you want to see the API documentation, just click on this API documentation, then it will just redirect you to the other page, and where wait a minute. And see, you can see how this works and all those things. And for quick start guide, when you go to the quick start guide, there will be the things where you can learn how to start the this backendless, using of backendless and all those things. And when you come to this client side setup, like we are the builders, right? Then we will be the client. We are building it for our client. So by using this Gradle setup and SDK, we will be implementing it in our Android Studio so that we can access this backendless web server. Okay, how to do it and how to work on it? Well, let me show you when we open the backendless studio. Okay, so that here only they are giving all the things, or like all the codes. So we don't want to remember any of the things like the version or the dependencies, or we don't require anything, okay, anything to remember. We just go to this backendless and just follow the documentation of the go to developers languages and then Java Android, where it will be redirecting you to the documentation of developing the application. And here when you come to the client side setup, you can see how to set up in the Android Studio. Okay, this is how it works. We will come back to this later. Before that, let me go to the sign up. Okay, now let me create an account. How to create an account? Just go and click on the sign up. I have already created the application. I will just show you. And this is how it works. This is backendless, and this is a backendless account registration. Okay, this is just a form. Enter your first name and then enter your last name and then email. Enter your email and password, confirm password, and click on this I am not a robot, and then just click on register. Okay, or if you have any account related or account inside already in the backend, let's just click on this login and it will redirect you to the login. I've already created the page, so it is not asking me, but when you click on the login, it will ask you credentials. Okay, and just this is how this backendless studio looks. Okay, it is nothing but if you want to create a new app, just click on this create new app. You can create how many applications you want, but this billing plan is related to the single application. Okay, if you go and click create a new app, just enter your name, create a name as a back. Okay, let it be the back, and some domain will be like this, and choose whatever you want. And this is the hosting zone. There are only two hosting zone. Let me select this North American, and then just go back and let's create this. Okay, and it will create as a new application. Okay, see here, it created as an application. When you go and click here, there are some applications. This is the first application that I have created, test app, and this is the back app now which I have created. If you go on adding it, you can see all the applications related to you here. Okay, this is some dashboard. Okay, now let's see what are they in this dashboard. This is the application icon. Okay, where you can store it here using this application icon. You can upload it here, and this is a app store matlab iOS store ka URL. Okay, and then this is a Play Store URL. If you already published it, you just paste that URL inside this things. And this is the delete the app matlab it will delete whole things. So whatever what you have done inside this application, you can just when you click on this delete, it will just delete the application. And this is a clone. What is clone matlab? Clone is nothing but you can just copy the same application. Okay, you just copying the same application and creating a new image of that application. Okay, and then when we come to this backendless subdomain, it is nothing but wingwall.backendless.app. Okay, it is the subdomain. and this is some application ID. We will be using it inside our code. Okay, and this is the API ID, and you don't want to share this API ID with anyone. If you share this API ID, then what happens? Your data or related to this application may be breached. Okay, and then these are yeah, iOS. For iOS and JS means JavaScripts, where we will be using this JavaScript inside the HTML for web applications. There we will be using this JS API key. Okay, for all the three they are different, and let's, if you want to change this API keys, just click on refresh regenerate, and when you click on regenerate, it will just regenerate the applications. Okay, API keys. And see, this is nothing but API per month. API per month means how much call per minute we have used in this month. Okay, and this is the zero pub sub messages where we didn't use any of them, which is set to the unlimited. And then push messages is also unlimited. We have not used a single space here. And this is 20 GB space. And disk space, having I have not used any files, or I have not stored any of the files here. And this is on analytics, like how many applications or how many APIs are running at a time, and at which time the APIs are more logging in, and all those things are recorded here, or like 6 months, this month, this year, and current billing period. Okay, current billing period means the monthly. If I selected the monthly billing period for this backend list, then it will show it here. Okay, this month means it will show the data related to this month, where when will be the hike inside the areas and all those things. This is how dashboard works. This is nothing but backend. This is all for backend. Okay, if you switch it for front end, then it will redirect you to the front end development. Okay, like UI builder. What is UI builder? User interface. Okay, you don't require any of the code. You just place it here, and it will work for you. Okay, you don't, it's just like WordPress. Okay, developing a website using a WordPress. So you can just use container rows. You don't require any Java programs, XML, and all those things. Okay, uh, then this is somewhat related to the UI. Anyway, we are not using this UI builder because we will be using Android Studio. By using Java and all those things, we will be building our own applications. Okay, and this is how backend looks. And we will be using in this backend list, we will be using this API ID, application ID. That's all. And when we come switch back to this manager, let's see what is there in this manage. See, there are some things like manage app settings. App settings means we can select this all the things. Okay, mobile, we won't see API keys and API tracking, we don't want that, but we will be using this mobile settings, right? So we will be just concentrating on this mobile applications. Okay, this is how there are email settings, like how from where to where we all set the things and all those things. Okay, domain control and all those things here. And in this case, you can see the analytics, where when will be the high of APIs, when the requests are high, and all those things. In this log management, the application like debug and all those things can be carried out. And this is a billing, like when I want to if I want to switch from a this trial method or trial error to the back to the springboard or cloud9 and everything. Okay, and then export. If I want to export of this application for another things, like I want to store it in my device, then I can easily export it. If I want to import the application strings, then I can just import. See, these are some other applications which are really similar to the backend list. Okay, this is a Firebase, Passe, and this is backend list, import single app. Like these can be, these two are the importing from our own applications. Okay, and this is something changes when we want to sync the application. And let's go to users. Users is nothing but user use registration. This is the registration. This is require email confirmation when the user, other users for this development or the team. If we have any 10 members of team, and all those 10 members are developing the application, all should get the access, right? So he want to register, or you want to register for using this, what I've sent the recorded credentials. Okay, then login providers means uh, like if we want to set for Facebook, then I want to turn it on. If I want to set for Amazon, I want to turn it on. It just plays. go into the Amazon and verifies the login. Okay, for this all are for users. Okay, and security rules means for setting the rules like he's an user, he's an guest user, and he's an social user, everything. Now let's see in the data. Data will be having tables. It's not data. This app tables where if I created a login page, then it will create a login page. Inside this, there will be one whole table where it will be displaying email, names, lost login, social account, all the status of all the users. Okay, it will store our password, login credentials, all the things inside this tables, app tables. This is just nothing but a database. Okay, this is the files where we can store all the files related to the application inside this. And this is messaging. It will be having several templates, and you can just publish this message for all the users. Okay. And if we go to this push notifications, I can post the notifications to the user. Okay. See, push templates, push button options, all the things we can add inside the push notifications. Like what are push notifications? You will be receiving the WhatsApp message by someone, sent by someone. It will show you in the notification bar. How it will show? It will show using this push notifications. Okay, and this is emails where you will be sending some emails for the users. Okay, this is how it works. And permissions like nothing to display now. This is nothing but channels where we can get the permissions from the users. Okay, and this is somewhat business logic, how to use and all those things. Like we don't require this, and as I told before, we don't require any codeless. We don't require any codes to turn or we have to build the application. This is how we can build you go by going into this codeless. And if I go to coding, just type on go to the code. You can set the all the things which language you want to choose. You can just choose it here and just go on typing here. Okay, this is how common coding works, and this is some marketplace. And this marketplace is only available for the paid versions, not for the free versions. Okay, you can just choose it in the paid versions. And there are some templates, branch shop, and all those things. And this is code generation. Okay, in this there will be some pre-built codes. Okay, by just clicking on this you will get the code of the real-time chat application. By clicking this registration and login, you will get the registration and login full code and push notification code. Let me show you. See, there will be registration and login. There will it will import the generated project into your IDE. Means we are just importing all the things like login page, Facebook login, all those things. By just clicking on generate, we can just import it inside our Android Studio or the code or the application what we are using. Okay, we can just use directly this one to create an application for having a login and registration, or you can directly code it also. Okay, this is how this backend list works. Now let's switch on to the uh, Android Studio and let's see how to build an some test applications. Okay, let me show you now. I just opened up the Android Studio now. Okay, I will just create a new project file, and that is related to the using backend less. Let me create it. It's a normal type, creating those similar applications. Just select this MD today and click on next. And in the name, let me give it as a back test. Okay, let it be back test and the language be Java and the minimum SDK is okay. Click on finish. Yeah, for me, it will now create a new project. Let it load. Okay, it's just started its sync. Okay, and let me go back to the old project and let me close this. Yeah, closed now. Now it will completely build the new project. Okay, now before going to the Chrome, or before going into this project, what I want to do, I want to include some Gradle scripts here to get access for the backend list, or to include the backend data. We should include some line code of lines inside this build.gradle, and inside this dependencies I want to add some data. So uh, before doing anything inside this, I will just go back to the Chrome, and I will just open the uh, backend list website. Okay, I'll just go to the backend list, and here I will just go to the documentation. Let me go to the developers Java. Here what I will do, I will just go to Android. Inside this I'll just go to this API documentation. Yeah, in this I will just go this is a quick start guide. Okay, to get on with the backend list, you want to use this all the things code like inside your code, inside your IDE. Before that, I want to set up the Gradle, right? So how to set up it? Just go to this client side setup, and inside the client side setup there is a Gradle setup. See, it is showing some dependencies. Just copy these things, copy whole these things. Okay, just copy this line of code, and let's go to this Gradle. In this Gradle, build Gradle module backtest.app inside this app. Okay, just go inside this dependencies and paste that line of code here. Okay, yeah, see here, it pasted now. The code is now pasted. Before that, let me verify once. Sorry, I want to pass this dependencies, not that one. Hold on, I placed another one, but not that one. I want to place, I want to place this implementation group. Okay, see, it is having some plus. What is that plus? I will tell you now. Let me use this and let me paste this. Okay, see, I have included now, but it is showing me some errors because I have used the version has 5.0 point plus. Okay, avoid using plus in version numbers, can lead to unpredictable and this one, it will give the errors. Okay, so what I will do, I will just go back to the web application. See here, it is also saying that it is not recommended to use plus sign in the dependency version number. Like, you can't use this plus sign. It is saying that the version must be 5, but if you want to see which 5.1 should we use, just click on this Maven Central, and it will redirect you to the repositories. Okay, reload the web page. Yeah, it's loaded now. See, it is having of latest version is 6.3.0, right? So just click on this or use this. Okay, just get on this. You can see the ultra license and all those things here, but we want only the version. Which version it is? It is of 6.3.0, right? So come back to this and just take this all the line to um, wait a minute. I will just replace this 5.0.6 plus through 0.6 6.0.3. Okay, this is the version. See here, I have used the version has, so sorry, 6.3.0 it is. Sorry, yeah, it's now well and good. I want to use that version. Where you want to go? When I click this here, you want to add in this place of sign, you want to just go to this Maven Central and check only for. Okay, then you want to check the version of the API present. It is the latest version is 6.3.0, so I will be using 6.3.0 inside this implementation. After implementing, just go on, click sync now. Okay, it will sync in the Gradle. Okay, just wait for a minute. It will just sync. It's just downloading the backend less. Yeah. See, now we have added the implementation and all the studio performance. Okay, all the things are built now in 21 seconds. Okay, and let me go back to the application. Let me go back to the web page and see. It is asking us for to implement the and in one line of code inside the Android manifest file, because it is a line of internet accessing permission for the internet. Okay, like just copy this one, this whole line. What it will do is it will get the access for your application to use the internet. Inside this there is only one manifest file. Just click on this manifest file and just place inside the manifest file that line of code, and it's okay now. It gets the permission to use the internet. Your application will be connected to the internet. Okay, by including this one line, your application will getting connected to the internet. Okay, then now what I want to show you is I want to just go back to the quick start guide. Okay, here what you want to do, here you want to copy these codes. Okay, let me show you how. Because these are some ports related to the API IDs, API server URL to connect to the website or the database. We want to include these codes inside one application, one class. Okay, but we will be not using this main activity.java. We don't want to create, or we don't want any edit inside this class. We will be creating a new Java class. Okay, just click on this new and select Java class, and let me give the name as test application. Okay, test application. Like it will just generate the application. Okay, and what I'm going to do is as I told before in this manifest file, open this. uh, what happens here, when the Android application starts, it will just go to this main activity first. This layout will be run, or first this program will be run. But I don't want to be run this first time. I want to also to run this test application. What it is means, it is connecting to the database. So what I will do, I will just go back to this manifest and I will add one another name here. Okay, I will just include one name. Android name is equal to, okay, before adding the name here, what I want to do, I want to just extend this application to the application. Okay, extends apply extends application. I can't see. Yeah, it is here at the bottom. Let me application. See, I have included. Now it is like a main activity. Okay, and let me go back to this Android manifest file. Then let me type dot. If I type dot, it will just include me this test application, because we have included the extends application. So right, it will just copy that here. Okay, just include it. When the application starts, or at the ending stage of the application, when we close the application, till then this application will be, this class will be running. When we close the full application, then only this method will exit. Okay, and here what I will do, I will just generate another on create method. Okay, generate, click on generate and go to override methods, and inside I will write on create, and then let me, yeah, now I have created the on created method. On create method, because we have created this test application Java to include or to make connection between the backend server and our application. Okay, now what I will do, I will just use this all the three line of code, and I'll just copy it, and I will go back to the Android Studio and I will paste it inside this on create method. Okay, see, now this is yeah, wait a minute, let me, let it be whatever it is. Now what I will do, I will just clear all these things. This is different from our things. I want to replace them. Okay, and let me change this also. I will show you what to inside this one, inside these codes. Okay, before that we'll just get back into the other other code. Other We want to copy and paste this three lines of code. Okay, this three lines of code, it is nothing but it is we are giving the link URL. Okay, and setting the URL and initializing the app to open this web page and or the database. By accessing this database, we can get all the related data. Just copy this whole thing, this three line of code, and just come back to the Android Studio. Oh, sorry, before pasting that thing, let me clear this. So I want to cut this and I want to place inside the test application. Okay, not inside on create method. I want to place outside the on create method, but inside this class, test application class. Okay, uh, what I done, don't get confused. What I done, I just pasted inside the class but not inside the on create method. Before copying this thing, before pasting these things, here I pasted it inside the on create method, which will won't work. Okay, but now I'll just copy this three lines of code. It should be inside the on create method. Okay, just go back here and just paste the things. Okay, I just pasted the things by using this thing. Just hit on sorry, alt enter. Wait a minute. Just click on this and hit on alt enter. It will just import the things. Okay, this alt enter. Okay, wait a minute. Anyway, I don't want this defaults. Okay, because we are creating our own API IDs, so we don't require any defaults IDs. Okay, it be dot, only dot. Okay, don't want. Okay, just remove this full stop also, so that there will be no errors. It's now well and good. Okay, and now what I want to do is I will just enter some URL, API keys and application ID. Okay, how to give the input or how to access, which I want to set the URL, right? Like I'm setting the URL of server URL, so this will be the server URL. So what I will do is I will just type the link http, yes, and semicolons and then some bash black API dot backendless.com. Okay, now the server URL backendless set URL is setting this URL. Okay, .com. Okay, and now I want this application ID and API key. How to get that application ID API key? Just go back to the application and what you have created in the dashboard. Like you have created a new app named as back, right? It will be having one application ID and API key, right? Just copy this application ID by using this copy ID. Okay, it just says copied. Then get back to the Android Studio, just place it inside the application ID. Okay, it will be unique for every application. Okay, and API key is also unique for every application. And then just go back and you are building the application for Android, so that you want to use Android API key. If you want to regenerate this API key, okay, then what you want to do is you want to just refresh this, okay, or regenerate the key. I don't want to regenerate anymore. I'll just copy this and let me go back to the Android Studio and let me paste it. Okay, now I have pasted the API key here. This is the application ID, API key, and server URL. Okay, I have just pasted all the things and I have created one method. Okay, like this we will be working on the with the backend list. Okay, See, from first I will tell what I did in this application. Okay, first we gone to the build Gradle, and from the website we have gone through the quick start guide, and in the client side setup we just got the Gradle setup like dependencies. Okay, I've copied this whole line of code dependencies and I've pasted inside this Gradle, and I've just clicked on the sync now, and all the Gradle is synced. And the second step is that I gone into the this com.example.backtest, that is Java class, and I have created one Java class named as test Java, test application.java, and I have created one extends application. And then I moved into this Android manifest file, and I've mentioned the Android name as test application, where this application will be starting at the first stage and ending at the ending stage, where when the application closes fully, then only this test application method will also close, or the class will also close. Okay, it when now then what I did, I just go on to the website, and in the website I just go on to quick start guide. From quick start guide I just copied these three things, like one is application id, API key, and server URL, and then I pasted inside the uh, class. Okay, not inside the on create, I just placed it inside the test application, and have cleared all the application id, API key, server URL, that is default, set to defaults, right? So I cleared it, and then I came then I went back to the website and just copied this set URL and init app. I copied these three lines of code, and then I gone back to the Android Studio and have pasted inside the on create method. Okay, after creating on method, just hit alt enters to remove the errors and remove the defaults. Okay, defaults dot server URL, remove those defaults because we are creating our own API key and application ID. Like we are having this API key and all those things, so we don't require that default value. Okay, then I have created the test application.java. Okay, this is what how it looks. And now what I will do, I will just show you the application. Like by doing these things, you can't see what is going on inside the database. To know what are the how it works and how many API calls are conducting and all those things, I will just perform one simple application by creating. Let me close this. By creating a new class. Okay, let me create a new class, new Java class, let it be person. Okay, so that you can easily identify the tables, what is going on inside the table and all those things in the backendless server. Okay, just hit enter, and then just go and click on the right side and click on generate, and let me generate the override methods. And inside this override methods, what I will do is I will just, sorry, not the override methods, I'll just before going to generate the override methods or setters or get names, getters or setters, I will just declare the name and surname here, string name, and then declare it as string surname. Okay, what I did is I just declared string name and surname. Okay, I will just initialize it to the private mode as we did in the previous thing. I'm doing the same here. Okay, private, private, it be also private. Okay, now I just initialized it. Now what I will do, I will just get the getters and setters for it. What are getters and setters? In the previous stage we typed the whole thing, like we created all the methods, four methods. One is get name, surname, and get name, and set name and surname. But in this case what we will do, we just import those all those things. Just go to this generate, and here there you can see getter, setters, and getters and setter. We want both, right? So I will be clicking on this getter and setter. It will ask me what I want to import. I will select this both. Okay, then it will just import the get surname, set surname, get names, set name. Okay, let me click on import. See, it just created whole things. At surname is equal to surname, and all those things has been set without any typing of the code. Okay, I just imported it. But now what I will do, I will just import another method. I'll generate the override method here also. Just go to override methods, sorry, not override methods. I want to construct an constructor here. So I will generate, click on generate, and just click on constructor. For what I want to constructor, I want to use constructor means select this name string, okay, and click on OK, and it will construct you a name. Okay, it will construct you a constructor. Inside that, add one more thing, that is surname is equal to null. Okay, and let me erase this name to and make it to as a null too. Okay, let the both be null. At the initial stage it will be having no values inside it. Okay, we require this Java class because I want to set this all the things inside this backendless database. Okay, inside this database where it should manage, sorry, here data. Inside this app tables I want to set all those datas. I want to store all the data regarding to the application users inside this data management or in the cloud. Okay, so I'm setting some person name using this person.java. It's a simple class, but I will store all the data where I'm setting the name, I'm getting the name, all those things I will be storing inside this database. How can we do it? I will just show you now. See, after creating all these things, just get back to the main activity.java. Here, what I will do, I will just see what I will do now. I will just I'm into this main activity.java. Inside this, what I will do, I will just declare a new object. That is new object means this person.java. Okay, I will include this person.java inside the main activity. Okay, how to do it? Just write this. You are I know you know how to declare an object. So, similarly, just type person is equal to new person. Okay, and process, and we have declared the class or the object here. Okay, then what I will do, I will just declare person set name. I will set the name. You can also set the name using some XML files in like getting user input from here. I have not changed anything inside this application. Okay, in the layout section, but I'm directly setting the name here. Okay, if you want to set the name what the user tells you, like if we enter the username and something like login credentials, all those things, you can just use the get name or get text by using edit text and all those things. Okay, but now for a simple understanding, for the introduction I will be using the set name itself. Okay, I will just use set name and I will set it to Rama. Okay, and then I will just set the person surname to uh, let me set it to Lakshman. Okay, now let me close this, but it is giving me the error. Hmm, switch back. Okay, hang on the error, let me see. Okay, I'm sorry, this thing I want to place, sorry, I want to place it for on this on create method. Okay, the error has been resolved. Inside this I got the error because hmm, sorry, let me string surname. Sorry, I have used, I think, get surname. Sorry, I want to use here set surname. Okay, not get. Yeah, let me erase this. And now it's good. Rama and Lakshman. I set the name here. What happens? It will go back to here and it sets the name or name and surname to the value that I have specified here. When I open the application, when I run the applications in the AVD, then after when the application opens, all the the data tables is nothing but class. Okay, in the Java it is called as class, and in the backend list it is called as table. When I call that, the person will be running here, like class will be running here, and its table will be located here, like name, surname. Okay, it will be showing us in the table format. Okay, let me show you. Now it is 3 line of code. In this, there will be one line inside the table. Okay, to store inside the backend list, what I want to do is I want to just use backend. Okay, backend list, and I want to type that dot data what I want to pass and store inside it. I want to specify it, and then dot off. Okay, from where I want to spread. See here, there are two types. One is string table name, and one is entity class. Okay, here what I will choose is I will just choose classy entity name. Inside this, what I will do, I will just mention the class. Okay, that is, let it be person. Okay, person dot class. I want to specify which class, which data I want to store inside the database. Now let me create save this person table inside the database. Okay, and I want to save it, right? So what I will do is just pass the save parameter. Save. Inside this save, what I want to save, I want to save the person. Person means this one. I want to refer with the object. So I will just type person, and then person comma, I will just create a new async class. Okay, new async call, async callback person, this one. Okay, this, there will be two methods. One is handle response and handle fault. If you get any faults inside the inside putting inside saving inside the database, it will handle the faults. Handle if it is respond, it is saving the response, or it will be helping us to get back the response. Okay, if you want to know more about this, just follow those backendless YouTube videos that is provided by the backendless company itself. It is well and good if you follow and understand it, because it covered most of the topics regarding to the backendless, how to use, how to create a login page, and all those things in a simple way. Okay, and this is how uh, it works. Okay, and this is let me tell you once again what we did is we just created backendless to store. This is the server. Okay, backend is this is like a database where we want to connect it to the internet. And inside the internet web page, there will be one store, like store example. For example, there is one store that is called as backendless, which holds all the data regarding our applications, and saving the data. Okay, using dot save, I'm saving the data inside the database of this persons dot java. Okay, uh, there is one error. Okay, let this. I will clear this. It was giving me the error because I want to pass the parameters, but I don't want to pass any parameters here. I want to set the name directly. If I want to pass some parameters using this person, then I have to mention here string name, string surname. Okay, but I don't want to pass anything, so I will be using directly this person name. Okay, I will just use set name itself. Now let's see what happens. Let me run this application and get back to the website. When it runs, see, it is now empty. This table says empty. When I run that application, I have set the data as like Rama Lakshman inside the data. See, I'm setting this person. Before that, it is null. Okay. Before setting, it is null. Okay. After setting this to null, I'm setting the name and the surname as Rama Lakshman. Okay. What it will do, it will just pass into the person.java class, and I want to save this setting name. When I've set the name to Rama Lakshman, it will save. Okay, when I run the application, it will just save in the database. And inside this database, wait a minute, just wait a minute. See, I just see, when the application runs, it will be storing here. Let me get back to the application now. Well, yeah, okay. Go to the Android Studio. If it say again the Gradle is building, still building. The application now is the mobile emulator is running now, but application is not yet installed because it is the Gradle is building now. Okay, when the application will be installed, huh? Then what happens when the application just gets login? What happens is it will create an table inside this. Okay, like name, surname. When I show you it, you can understand it easily. Okay, see, it is now installing. Let me switch back to the this database backendless website, and let's wait for this response from the mobile AVD. Okay, see, okay, phone was not responding, so it crashed now. Let's wait. For a while, it's not responding anyway. See, I have tried to run now, but what the problem was, I just don't want to install this server URL. Okay, I don't want this server URL, so I'll remove that, and instead of get application context, I removed it and set this to context as this. Okay, now this becomes a context, and when I run this application, what happens is it just launches the application here, and let me switch back to the website. See, there is no data in the table now. When I launch the application, it will create the one table with the name of person, and inside it there will be Rama and Lakshman. Okay, like have declared it inside the person.java. Okay, after that I will give another example too. Let's run the application by holding on this app table. Let me open the application. There is backtest. See, the application is running now, and there is no data here, but when I click on the refresh all tables and data, then it will provide me the person. See, the person is created. When I click on this person, see, name, surname. Okay, there are two tables where we have declared as two tables itself, right? In the person there is only one name and one surname table, and we are setting name to Rama, surname to Lakshman, and then in the database it is adding to name Rama and surname to Lakshman. Okay, now what if I add another thing? What if I set the uh, name to like, let me set it to Rutik, and then let me set it to Roshan. Okay, let me run this again. If we give any XML file inside this as a user input, then by using intents and all those things, we can just place this text. Okay, we'll like by writing get text ID and all those things using that, by using when the user enters in this XML file, it will just redirect and save it inside the database. Now in this case, what I'm doing is I'm manually setting the name and surname inside the Android Studio itself. Here in this application it won't work. Now see, it's installing, and let's get back to this web page, and when it's installs, see, the person, another table, another user has been registered with the other object ID. This will be different for each of the person, and now the Rutik Roshan as the table has been created with like this. You can also include name, surname, similarly password, username, all the things where in the sign up page you create this whole things. By creating that, you can just write username and password. If it matches, then you can give the login or sign up sessions or anything. You can redirect it to the another intents, right? So this is how it works. Okay, if I change it again in this name, like if I change it to something else, then also all the things, when the application runs inside the mobile, it just sends back the data to the data database or backendless, and it stores the, or it saves the data inside the API tables. I can create 400 API tables for this plan. Okay, This is one of the table where it contains all the tables like name, surname, which is nothing but in Java language, if we want to say it is as not tables, class. Okay, this is how the application works when we use backendless. Like this, we can create the user login page and logout page or reset buttons and all those things. We can directly create it using here. And this is schema where there is a order of name surname. Okay, it will just hold the names. Okay, this is person, create a name, object id and all those things it holds. If I go to table editor, let it load. Yeah, see here I have two things that I have mentioned in the Java. If you can also directly change it here, but it should be same as the Java application. Okay, this is a front end and this backendless is the backend process. Okay, and this is how it works. Okay, and now this is how the backendless works for the login and all those creations. But using this backendless, we can just create another thing, that is geographical location. I will just give an introduction. I will not going to code, or I will not show you the application or anything else. I will just tell you how it works. Okay, and then what it do is, just by going to Java, just right click on it. Okay, on clicking on it, just go to the new and just create a Google. In this Google, just add Google Maps activity. Okay, when I create Google Maps activity, it will show me the dialog. Similarly, you want to use activity name, layout name and all those things, package, Java source language and all those things here. And then just click on finish. It will just import all the things you want to generate, API keys, everything for it. Also I'll nothing but by using this Google APIs, if I want to add some uh, geographical locations, just go to manage. Before going to manage, you want to go to this Google APIs. I will show you. See, it will auto creates all the resource and all those things to provide you inside the application. Okay, just copy this whole line of code and paste it in your Google Chrome or web browsers, so that you can redirect it to the application. Okay, in the web browser, there you create one API key with the help of this, and you can place it here. Okay, how to do it all, it's nothing but similarly. Okay, it's Google Maps is also similar to the what we created in the previous application. Okay, it's not much different, there is no much difference. We will be just using the whole what we did here, backend data. We will be just including some Google Maps APIs. Okay, API keys, that's all. Not any, there is no much difference. But Google Maps, by it is external application, so we can directly install it from the Google Maps. Okay, like if we want to show the maps inside our application with the help of Google Maps, without switching it to the Google Maps using intents, we can directly show it inside our application. Okay, by this Google, right clicking on this and creating a new Google, we can just create it. Okay guys, this was the end of our sessions and Android Studio. Hmm. Is there if you are guys having any doubts, just then ping me or contact me anyway. I will be in the contact. Okay, just ask doubts. Okay, if you are get any doubts, this is this backendless is not a part of this course, but for the introduction, for the knowledge purpose, I somewhat teached you. Hope you guys got understood this topics. Anyway, thank you.